results to my official, unofficial poll about pooping during childbirth. 37% of the moms that I polled said they did indeed poop during childbirth. For anyone that has watched this channel for any length of time, you know that every once in a while I talk about a weird topic, poop, and sometimes I'm even in my bathroom to talk about it, and how it feels embarrassing and it feels like my spouse is never gonna look at me the same, the nurse is gonna be mortified when I poop. But here is my super secret. If you try not to poop when you have your baby, you could actually make your labor longer. And anyone who has been through labor knows that making it longer is definitely not the goal. My name is Dr. Nicole. I'm a physical therapist and a mama of two myself, and I do have to admit that I am 2 for 2 pooping during labor and delivery, and one of those was even a home birth, and I assure you there was no poop, no problem, nothing that tainted our bed. We still use our bed. My husband is not mortified because it was not a big deal. They prepare for it. They make the bed up in a way that no one's even ever gonna know that it happened. I assure you my closest family probably doesn't know until they watch this video that even happened. Like I said, 37% of the women I polled actually said that they did poop during childbirth. So this is something that nurses, midwives, doctors see all the time. You do not need to be embarrassed about this. They have a system. That is why they use those disposable pads. They have different washcloths and wipes readily available. Honestly, you might not even know if you did or did not poop because you are in the zone thinking about delivering your baby, hopefully not thinking about poop. As far as your spouse or support person goes, I guarantee they are thinking about so many other things. The fact that you are super badass going through all this to deliver their baby for them. It's going to be so beautiful that moment that your baby is born and they get to hold this thing that they helped create. And honestly, like, the poop thing just isn't a big deal. If you think it might be a big deal, now that you've watched this video, you know that there's a chance this could happen. And if your support person is like, that's totally weird to me, have them stand up by your head and they probably won't even know that it happened because they're not going to be looking down there anyways. The next thing is that if you try not to poop, your pelvic floor is around your vulva, vagina, as well as your rectum. So if you're trying to like hold it back and not poop, that means your pelvic floor is tense, and that means that you're not going to be able to open up your pelvic floor and let your baby come out. And that is why labor could be longer if you try to hold it instead of just relaxing everything and allowing poop and your baby to come out at the same time if necessary. For me, it happened before baby, so it's not like your baby's gonna be covered in poop when they come out. That is definitely not what happens. It's usually in the pushing before baby actually comes out, and your baby will be completely fine, untainted by your poop. And then the final thing is that if this is your first baby, you really don't know what it feels like to push out a baby. And so sometimes they're like coaching you to push and you're just like, I don't really understand. How do I push out my vagina? And the thing that is going to be second nature is what it feels like to poop, because this is something you are very well versed in. And so that sensation, you're just going to do that exact same thing when you go to have your baby. It's pushing as if you were going to poop. Caveat to this, I do suggest you do some prep work with a physical therapist or some other qualified individual and learn how to open up your pelvic floor, relax your pelvic floor, and avoid a Valsalva or like a pushing while holding your breath during the majority of your pushing. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the last like 1 or 2 pushes, you're probably gonna be bearing down to some extent, just because baby's head and shoulders are really hard to come out sometimes. But usually it's more than 1 or 2 pushes to get your baby out. You do not want to be Valsalva pushing like that the whole time, because you're actually tightening your pelvic floor when you do that. And that is the exact opposite of what you want to happen when you want your baby to be born. If you want more information about that, feel free to email me right here. Click the link in the description and we can talk about how we can call, video chat, or do something to prep you. We can do a little labor and delivery prep work. I do that with women sometimes and they find it very helpful. So contact me if you're interested in more about that. But the bottom line is here, it's okay to poop when you give birth. Nobody is going to be shocked by it because birth workers have seen this all the time, and you're not even going to remember really that it happened, and if you do, you might laugh about it because you have a baby, and that is going to be the focus of your attention for the next 18 years of their life. Not thinking about whether or not you poop. So please don't let that scare you about labor and delivery. It's really not that bad, not a big deal. Don't feel embarrassed if it happens to you. Because like I said, happened to me twice, and I'm still here to tell about it. Give me a big thumbs up if you liked this video today. Subscribe to my channel if you want help on how to heal after you have your adorable little baby, because there are lots of things that women think are normal and they're not, like incontinence and prolapse, and so I want to help walk you through how you can avoid all that nonsense and really heal well after you have your baby. Thanks so much for watching today, and I will see you all next week.